Hi guys. Hello again. Um, this is a bit of an old one. I'll be honest. I was going to post it when the instant I saw it, but you know how it is. Sometimes when you're scrolling through YouTube, I walked away from my phone or something. I kept looking for this video because I think it's a classic example of watching one of these royal commentators. Again, guys, what do we say on this page? Anything with royal is not a real job. These are just a bunch of commentators, losers who've managed to find engagement online, and they are being invited back to certain studios who don't really have any integrity. Really, they are more like tabloids with a camera. They don't check anything, they don't confirm anything. So it's always very interesting to see these commentators be made to look particularly foolish on TV. So do you guys remember when Meghan landed that big bomb announcement about Azeva and her business brand partnership with Netflix? This woman I'm about to show you, if you ever get to walk into the disgusting sewer that is Australian tabloid TV, Sky News, and whatever. I don't know, Australians, no offense. What is going on with your media? But anyway, it's utter and complete cesspool garbage when it comes to celebrity news. And they are nasty to Meghan. Jesus, there's nothing. Meghan breathing is a problem, apparently. So this woman in particular always comes in with this great authority to give her insights. The last time I laughed her off my screen was when Harry. I don't know if you guys remember last year when Harry was mocking all the trolls and all the haters, and she was looking. This woman also was made to look particularly stupid, but the host who's obviously a Meghan hater, was nicer. Check this out.
Closing her lifestyle company, American Riviera Orchard, to instead focus her efforts on a new business venture with a pretty powerful partner. Let's have a look at that post now.
Just recording.
Okay. Cat's out of the bag. I'm shocked we've kept this a secret for so long. In 2 weeks, my show is coming out, which I'm so excited for. And also my business, which I think there's been a lot of curiosity about. And I've been waiting for a moment to share a name that I had secured in 2022, and it's called As Ever. As Ever essentially means as it's always been. Of course, there will be fruit preserves. I think we're all clear at this point that jam is my jam. But there's so many more products that I just love that I use in my home, and now it's time to share it with you.
Royal commentator Angela Mollard joins us now. This was a huge drop late yesterday. Kylie.
See her face. Did you guys? Okay, no. Sorry, let me take it back slightly. Let me just take it back slightly. Check out her face.
Royal commentator Angela Mollard joins us now. This was a huge drop late yesterday.
That smile froze in place. When I saw it, I was dying. I was screaming in my house. I was like, oh my goodness. She's been made. You can see that she's like, the same way Lorraine was stammering and stuttering over herself when I think it's Bryony Gordon and that other guy were being actually complimentary and kind to Meghan. You can see she's dying inside. That announcement killed her, and I use her as a proxy for all the naysayers. This is exactly the same reaction they all had when the announcement hit. Many of them couldn't even help themselves, like slapped ass went on Lorraine the next day to go and bitch and complain. But oh no, check out this interview.
Kylie was on it 9 minutes after it had dropped. I can tell you, we were messaging. Yeah. So this is it's more a move, a name change really, because she had this all along. She's just changed the name. But interesting, the whole that Netflix is coming on board.
That's right. So
Yes.
Netflix, they're partnering, of course, for the with Love Meghan show. Her products are going to be in Netflix stores. They have shops called Netflix Home. They'll be on sale. What I think's interesting about this is that we will know for the first time.
Oh, shut up, Angela. So the reason why she's doing all this now is the narrative. The narrative just before this announcement was this woman used to say, "Oh, it's Meghan's last chance. This is a last chance." You know that nonsense they're always saying. They're like gossip mongers. They are no better than, I'm sorry to say, me even. They've just been given a platform. They come on TV with their borrowed clothes and their over made up ridiculous stupid faces and give what they feel is insider information about something they know absolutely fuck all about. Excuse my French, guys. They don't know anything about the deal Meghan has with Netflix. And you know, I said this before and I'll say it again. I don't think Meghan thought it was possible to even hide this as ever deal with Netflix. I don't even think she was trying, maybe, because don't forget what she said there. I am surprised it's been a secret for this long. So it just goes to show she, in that one statement, embarrassed all the rota. And you can see that even when they're commenting about the show, they have been embarrassed, and they're going to keep on clinging to this ridiculous word salad nonsense. It's their last chance. Netflix is a flap, because they don't want to. They've been humiliated after months and years of whipping this nonsense. One master stroke, and not to forget the top 10 success that is Meghan's show. They are now either sticking to the same old points because they think we're stupid, and maybe their fans are stupid, frankly, because their fans aren't calling them out, but or they are not realizing that human beings. This is not the 80s or the 90s or the 60s or even the 50s, 20s, 30s. Nowadays, thanks to social media, people don't have to rely on one source of truth. People know these people don't know what the F they're talking about. Day in, day out, they get exposed. And honestly, I'm sorry, her reaction, sweet revenge.
How Meghan is regarded, how she's seen by the public, as to whether she can shift this product. Because if she can't, then you see that the sort of person that she is, and what people are prepared to buy. Super interested for the TV show. Yes, she's saying, it's as ever, she's rebranding it, but of course she couldn't have American Riviera.
See what I told you? When they've been made to look stupid, instead of they find ways of like a snake whining over and over again. So you can literally tell that she's building the talking points as she's talking, which I have to give it to her. It's an impressive bit of maneuvering, but then again, she probably is used to doing it because she's probably used to being proven wrong over and over and over again.
So she had trademark and massive patent problems, and there is some talk that As Ever has still not gone through and got all the ticks at this stage. So
what's some talk? Again, some talk. Critics are saying, insiders have said, sources have said, nobody said anything. This is just BS you've made up in your head. And this is, again, guys, the reason why we keep on talking about this, I want those of you that are in the Sussex fan, begin to desensitize yourself. Begin to desensitize yourself. I know it's very painful to hear them get bitter and nasty, but if you're doing this the way I'm doing it, I'm looking at it as they are scrambling. This is literally their livelihood. Them being proven wrong over and over and over again is just exposing to their bosses how irrelevant they are. That 30 is Australia, so let me give it her maybe $50 per appearance that she would normally get on Sky News for giving us her royal commentary is seriously in jeopardy. If more and more of these people are proven to be wrong, and they are, every time somebody, either Harry or Meghan, drops something, it's going to be only a matter of time before these stations stop calling them. Because in as much as these are tabloids and they are known to be liars, when you're broadcasting, there are rules you have to follow. People should, to some extent, trust what you're saying, even as a hater. But if you, for example, if you've come on here and you've said Harry and Meghan, she was the one pushing this, by the way, Harry and Meghan are on their way to divorce because they are attending 2 or 3 or 4 events separately, therefore that marriage is over. She was the one that they brought to respond when Harry said he feels sorry for the trolls, and she was the exact same, her eyes were flashing. So it's kind of like these people have no integrity. Sussex squad and people that are finding Meghan for the first time, do not listen to these clowns. They don't know anything. If it's not coming directly from Meghan, thank God she's back on Instagram, the Sussex's spokesperson or Harry, these, or even their business partners like Netflix. If Netflix themselves official statement does not announce it, these people do not know what the F they are talking about.
So it'll be interesting to see. I quite like the name, to be fair.
Yeah. So As Ever, it's kind of just a rebrand of the old stuff. Is that right?
Look, as she said, she brought out those jams and sent them to everybody last April. So we're talking about nearly a year that it's taken her to get off the ground.
I don't even. Again, guys, see what she's doing. she's been made to look very foolish. So she's trying to make it seem like it's, well, Meghan must have had a problem. Oh, Meghan announced jam. And let me be clear. Meghan was not announcing anything. She was sending jams to her friends as a way to promote her upcoming business. So I don't know what she's talking about. Everything she said doesn't even make sense. Meghan said she got the name as ever. She got the name in 2022. So going by what she's just said now, it's taking her a year. I don't understand. I presume she's referring to the jam or arrow. I don't even know. Either way, Angela, how do you know what Meghan's business time cycle was? Did you know, now that she's revealed that as her business is partnered with Netflix, common sense should tell you that was promo last year. And what that means is any products Meghan wants to sell, she will sell it either after or during her show. So I don't know what she means by it took a year. Again, looking for ways to try and mess up the announcement. You know, she's swimming, and this is what they all do. They all swim around BS, pulling BS out of fresh air to try and spoil any positive thing Meghan has going on. You guys are pathetic, by the way.
She is going straight back into her 2014 territory, which she had with the TIG, which was her lifestyle brand, not on any scale like.
Now she's trying to pretend as if she has some sort of insider information, as if we all don't know that Meghan had a lifestyle brand called the TIG. To the people that brought her on the show, was there any point at this point? Like, why is she here?
Like this is going to be, but this is her really being in the Gwyneth Paltrow, Martha Stewart's space. She's even wearing in that video a $5,000 necklace that Gwyneth Paltrow has worn publicly as well. So it'll be really interesting. This will be the make or break of Meghan. There's no doubt about it, because.
This will be the make or break of Meghan. What are you talking about, Angela? Again, they don't know anything about the business dealings. If Harry and Meghan were struggling in the way that they were struggling, they wouldn't be living in Montecito. Their security alone is enough to pay for some homes in Montecito. Meghan has investments. Harry has investments. They are building a legacy. What makes you think, even though it's laughable to think Meghan would not have a successful brand based on her name alone, what makes you think let me play Angela's devil advocate, this business flops? What makes you think it's a make or break? You think Meghan wouldn't find something else to do? Just ridiculousness. The one thing I will agree with her though, just the one thing, the as ever sales is something I'm quite keen. I have no doubt in my mind it will sell out, because anything Meghan touches sells out, and I think we know that based on the clothes. So it's going to be nice to finally have some hard documented, for once, instead of brands just selling out because Meghan wore it or Meghan had proximity to it. Now things are going to sell out that Meghan has produced. So to me, it's just kind of like taking that amazing star power, sales power she already has, and translating it to her own business. Fantastic, fabuloso.
Because this is how we can finally, as I just said, measure her. But this is what she wanted to do. It's where she was when she was actress. It was an actress. So we have to think.
That could be huge.
It could be huge.
Yeah, and she does always everything with intent. Like that necklace is a fundraiser for the LA Children's Hospital. So it's got, again, Archie and Elizabeth's initials on it. But it's all about fundraising for the.
Stupid, because this woman, I don't know if she's a fan or she's just a good reporter, has done her research. So you see, that's the beautiful thing. How did this woman here, who is just a host of this show, know that, and you that are supposed to be the royal expert, didn't know that Meghan was using that necklace as a way to raise money for the LA fund? Angela, royal commentator extraordinaire. I have a feeling that they just brought her here to humiliate her, frankly.
The Children's Hospital, which is gorgeous. Now the website, so of course you go asever.com, that's the website, and she shared something on that which we hadn't seen before.
A stunning photograph. It is absolutely beautiful. It's her and Lilibet. There it is there. But
Larry's squinting. He can't see.
okay, that's little Lilibet. You can see her from behind. All the pictures of the children since they were that little one next to her.
If we zoom in, we'd be able to see.
Yeah,
Lilibet has red hair.
And how gorgeous is that photo? But yeah, we always see them from behind, but already the headlines, the Times, very highbrow publication in the UK has come out saying the headline is Meghan.
Sorry, for those of you that are zooming in from outside the UK, let me just clarify this for you. When it comes to this woman and Harry, none of these newspapers report facts. They're all liars. They're all sensationalists. In short, it's actually a bit embarrassing to see. Like, for example, Newsweek, The Economist. I feel like if you have a British business license and you're a newspaper, you have to say something bad about this couple. So I don't know. And let me just clarify: the Times is not considered to be a distinguished what? Is it because she wants to use them as a code because she's been made to look stupid? Yes, that's the reason.
Recruits Lilibet to Spruik brand. So look, the optics aren't great when you think about it. All the shenanigans.
Sorry. That was the angle. Sorry, I don't know how I missed that. Do you recall what I said yesterday about the kids? When Meghan shows the kids, she's using them to sell something. When Meghan doesn't show her kids, why is she hiding the kids? This woman cannot win.
That went on when they gave birth to their children. We couldn't see photos. We couldn't, they snuck in and out of hospitals, that sort of thing. Now they're using, I think twice in the last couple of days because we had the Valentine's Day.
Now, see, this B has found her angle.
Instagram story with them using strawberries and things. We're seeing the children use to spruik this brand. Now there's going to be pushback on that.
Now, speaking of the kids, we saw some artwork yesterday by George and Charlotte and Louis. They're using their kids in different ways.
Oh.
They are using their children.
She's not going to like that. Guys, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I will admit this is 2 weeks ago. I feel like these two hosts hate this woman. Or maybe they're just doing their job. I don't know. I'm surprised that they're really giving it back to her. Kate used her kids to produce these ridiculous paintings too, because I'm sure she was probably thinking Meghan is coming out with an international brand, the Early Years Initiative, which is the only thing Kate Middleton is working on. The only thing that she's working on, but she isn't really. She's just a Patreon. She's not actually doing anything. She's just showing it off on her Twitter page or whatever it is she's doing. The one thing she's doing. So she decided to use some of these badly drawn pictures from who she says are her kids. In the future, we will find out if this is true, I guess.
This is much more subtle because, of course, Kate didn't say who did which picture.
Yeah. Sorry, let me go back.
I have a bit of an issue.
Let me go back to catch that hypocrisy.
It's going to be pushed.
Sorry, I just want to catch that hypocrisy one more time. Bear with me.
Back on that.
Now, speaking of the kids, we saw some artwork yesterday by George and Charlotte and Louis. They're using their kids in different ways.
They are using their children, and this is much more subtle because, of course, Kate didn't say who did which picture.
Yeah.
Do you see that stupid comment she just made? That goalpost. Even though we are and they are using their kids, because of course they are members of the royal family, and George and George is obviously the next one to take on the baton from his father. So they will in keeping with tradition, begin to push these kids out to the front more, because they are the new senior working royals of the future. Amazing. I have to see, this is the type of journalism I'm expecting, although I can't believe I'm getting it on Australian TV of all places. This is the type of thing, if these people were doing their job properly, they would do. They would challenge you. You're saying that she's using her kids to spruik her brand and it won't be seen very nicely. But the whales are literally using their kids for attention and for goodwill. Just like Charles was using William and Harry for goodwill. This heifer needs to go and sit down somewhere, or maybe quit. You're clearly not good at this type of thing.
I have a bit of an issue with this because even though it's well-intentioned, because it's all about, of course, people doing art with their children to socialise, but people have a...
Did you hear that? Did you just hear the stupid thing that she just said? These guys are a joke.
Connection with people when they're painting them, that sort of thing. That said, if you're not a very good artist, and I'm not making any suggestions about these out there, although that is definitely Louis, is that, when these kids grow up to be 15...
how does she know this is Louis? Guys, please correct me if I'm wrong. Did to her example, did Kate say who did what? So how did she know that's Louis? Did she just say now that Kate did not say who did what painting? She just said that now. And look at the comment she made about Louis. So she's already started picking on Louis. You see, do you see these people?
15, 16, how do they feel about their child art being out there? You know, typically Kate and William are really careful with their children. I'm not saying that this steps across the line, but it's just with both of them, Meghan and Kate, how do you choose to use your children? Yes, particularly in Kate and William's case, they are heirs to the throne, but, well, they all are heirs to the throne, but more likelihood of...
But will they care on a royal yacht off Mallorca? Will they, when they're 20, will they care about this stuff?
Depends what their lives are like. You just don't know. You could end up the spare like Harry. You could have Louis turning around and writing a book like that, couldn't you? My mum put these pictures up when I was 6 years old.
Speaking of Prince Harry, he's fresh off in closing what was a really terrific Invictus Games. It's what he's all about. He had this stirring speech.
Sorry, not to say anything about, but I just wanted to focus on the hypocrisy and the Meghan of it all. And yeah, so again, I'm hoping that the one thing, if anything, you're taking from this channel, even though I will admit, I feel so good to drag these people. If you're taking anything from this channel, guys, please take this. As painful as it is to hear them say terrible things about Meghan and Harry and the kids, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. In short, this guy's handled this woman perfectly. Perfectly. You were saying all these things. We've brought you here now to kind of like take ownership. She was saying that Meghan and Harry and she was I can't recall verbatim, but she was saying things about the marriage. She was saying things about the Netflix deal, saying things about Meghan, the same nonsense she was saying. She brought it here about, oh, if Meghan's show doesn't do well, Netflix will drop them. But you didn't know, and you claim that you have this insider information, but you didn't know a not so well hidden secret that Netflix and Meghan were business partnering with as ever, and you claim to be a royal commentator and you have all these sources. If you don't have any insider information, you are useless to these stations. They don't have to pay you. They might as well just go and link some YouTube pages, because you don't because what's the benefit of keeping these clowns around? So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just thought it was so sweet to watch this woman look stupid on TV, and I'm going to try and see if I find more. But this is what I expect journalism to be. Even me, if I'm saying things that are wrong and they bring me in front of a camera and and they bring evidence, I should maturely be able to say, oh, look, these were just my opinions. If these guys said things like, oh, these are just my opinions, I would be harsh, but I would say, okay, well, to be fair, this is the angle they've chosen to go. But many of them are speaking about these things as fact. And people who are not so savvy maybe thinking, oh wow, Angela knows what she's talking about. Oh, big back Kinsey knows what she's talking about. Oh, big head Becky knows what she's talking about. Maureen, because they're acting like they are being told by someone. So guys, please start learning how to be savvy. When they say a source told me, sources, people have said, they don't have jack. Because if they had it, because they are gossip mongers, they would say, or they will at least give some indication. They are just pulling BS out of the air and using sources, insiders, all these terms for nothing to give themselves more credibility. As always, please share, please like, please subscribe. I would love to hear your comments below. And yeah, it's Friday. Get ready for the weekend, guys. Don't forget, watch, stream with Love Meghan. If you're not informed of your TV, keep it going. Have a good one. Bye.